GTA Online has seemingly been on a decline in popularity over the last 5 years, with more players leaving the game instead of playing it, as well as many GTA content creators expressing their dissatisfaction for the game's current state. But what is causing this decrease in overall popularity and player count for GTA Online? Well, let's take an in-depth look and understand why this game has become so bad. Starting off strong, let's talk about the problem with modding and cheaters. Now, I play this game on PC, so any console players watching likely never experience these kind of issues, so let me give you a taste of this filth that's polluting public lobbies. Here are a few clips of me trying to play the game casually and running into annoying modders. In this clip, I'm just driving around minding my own business, and then suddenly a modder decided to mess with my radio. I had to do a double take and make sure it wasn't my headphones messing up or something. I even switched vehicles, and it still had the same effect. In this other clip, I'm just driving my car around the military base, and this random player teleported on top of my car, and then I just stop out of nowhere. This is no glitch, it was the same modder who appeared on my car and just wants to be annoying for no reason. Lastly, here I am just casually running along the map, and then all of a sudden I become a cripple. I literally couldn't move, and no, I am not making this up. The modder also took away of all my weapons, so I had to go back to ammunition and buy them all back again. Some of these mods that can be performed on others in a public lobby literally make this game unplayable at times, and ultimately just forces you to join an invite-only session or enter a new public lobby. Rockstar does ban some of these players to an extent, but they could do so much better in terms of keeping them off their game, and I know damn well they have the money to do so. I think that's all I have to say regarding this topic. They're not fun people to play with, and they're simply just infections to this game's enjoyability. Next, let's talk about new updates, heists, making money, and activities to do throughout the sandbox. Now, one thing I will give Rockstar is that there is a lot of stuff to do in this game, and I mean a lot. But just because that's true doesn't mean that everything has a ton of value. A lot of the little side missions and challenges you can complete are very hollow in content. They are in a nutshell just small things for you to do for a little bit of extra money. Things like VIP challenges, most wanted, and more. Some of them are fun to do every once in a while, but they don't really stand out in any way. Let's talk about new updates and heists next. The newest update to GTA Online gave us the bottom dollar bounty business. And my God, it's more like bottom of the barrel. This business costs almost $3 million to buy, and the payouts and long cooldowns for high-profile targets are so subpar, it's actually hilarious. This is a major issue Rockstar continues to make in terms of new content. They need to understand that there is absolutely no point in adding these new businesses with long cooldowns and mediocre pay if everything in the game is constantly rising in price. Take, for example, the Oppressor Mark II. This flying vehicle used to cost close to $4 million, and in 2024, it now costs $8 million, not even including any upgrades. Every single car, no matter how good it is, also has very steep price tags, like, why does this basic SUV cost $1.8 million? Some weapons in the game are also priced so high, I don't even know how it made it through playtesting. Like, why in the fuck does a stun gun cost $350,000? What does it do? Cure cancer?
Look what you got here.
What?
Look at this. $26,000 for one dinner.
No, this could be explained. Dad, we had the FISA clients.
Right, the porterhouse from Argentina.
The expensive champagne and the wine. We had to buy champagne. And you ordered all the sides. Tell them about the sides you
I ordered
ordered.
the sides, so...
Sides?
Yeah.
Sides? $26,000 worth of sides? What are these sides? They cure cancer?
The sides did cure cancer, that's the problem. That's why they were expensive.
Shut up.
And don't even get me started on massive pay decreases on certain heists over time. For instance, Cayo Perico got an update about a year ago, cutting major payout percentages and increasing the startup cost by 4 times the original price. Rockstar purposefully makes every little thing as tedious as possible to complete, in hopes that you'll just fold, bust out your wallet, and purchase some shark cards. The overall economy and flow of the game being so out of balance is likely the major driving point to lead people away from playing the game, and I don't blame them one bit. While we're on the topic of greed, let's take a look at GTA Plus. GTA Plus is a $10 a month subscription, giving people who pay additional benefits others can't get without coughing up some dough. A few years back when Rockstar announced its release, the community was in outrage, and for good reason. Hundreds of different vehicles and features normal players used to be able to use or obtain were now locked behind a paywall. It also gave players additional money every single month, without them even having to do anything. Rockstar also decided to give RP and cash bonuses for every heist as well. GTA Plus used to cost around $5 a month, but of course they upped the price to $10 with very little additional benefits regarding the price change, as the only major thing they gave subscribers was $1.5 million a month instead of $500,000. One of the biggest things I hate behind GTA Plus is the fact they took away by far the most beneficial quality of life change that would have helped all GTA Online players and bring more people back to playing the game, but they unfortunately only made it exclusive to GTA Plus members. And that change was being able to collect all of your money from the businesses you own through the interaction menu instead of manually having to drive to every single one of them to pick up your earnings. This update would have been so great, and honestly would have shifted my opinion on Rockstar a little bit, hoping they would make more decisions like this going forward. But of course they walked down the path they always do, the path of greed. GTA Online in and of itself is viewed by most players as a competition, to be the highest ranking player with the most amount of money in the lobby. But when GTA Plus subscribers can grind the same amount of time you do and make much more money and rank up faster, it kills the entire novelty of the game. Now, I'm not attacking or trying to judge anyone watching this who does pay for GTA Plus. You can spend your own money however you like. I'm just attacking the systems Rockstar has implemented into their game, creating unfair structures in the playing field that only benefit the people who are willing to pay to win and make the game less enjoyable than it used to be for the people who don't. Now, on to the final stage of this video, the repetitive amount of items and cosmetics that don't make any difference at all to the game. Let's take a look at some of the weapons. There are over 101 weapons to purchase throughout the game, but most are just carbon copies of one another. Like, is there really a difference between the pump shotgun and the bullpup shotgun? Oh yeah, the bullpup has the slightest amount of an accuracy increase. Most guns are different in terms of style, but feel the exact same way when it comes to damage, recoil, and overall handling. I think the pistols in this game knock it out of the park when it comes to versatility and being unique. Like, you got the Pistol 50, a high recoil hard gun to handle, but packs a punch when it comes to damage. Then you have the Heavy Pistol, a high capacity low damage, and minimal recoil gun that's good for blind firing. Then you got the problem with most assault rifles and shotguns, where things like the MG and Combat MG feel pretty much exactly the same, aside from a few stat differences that you don't even notice without comparing them. And this applies in my opinion to most guns in the categories I just mentioned, aside from a few exceptions being the futuristic weapons. Following this, let's look at the cosmetics. I like how there's a lot of customization when it comes to making your character exactly the way you want, but there's so much shit that looks identical that you end up at Binko Clothing for 3 goddamn hours trying to perfect your look. There are tens of thousands of different pants, shirts, shoes, masks, and so on to choose from. But just like the way Call of Duty does it when it comes to customization of your weapon, having 30 different scopes and grips for your gun doesn't mean that they all serve a unique purpose. There's so much useless crap in this game that nobody bats an eye at. I bet that if the developers used half of the time they did designing cosmetics and shifted their focus towards important things, the game would be 10 times better than it is now. Now that I've covered all the bad things in this game, what's good about it? And what makes me come back to playing GTA Online from time to time? Well, for me and a lot of others, it's gotta be the vehicles, which are absolutely baller. Aside from the prices of some, there are so many unique cars available spanning many different purposes. I personally love the armored cars like the Night Shark because it has a machine gun and completely rams anything that dares to step in front of it. The Oppressor Mark I is cool as well, with wings that propel you in the air when activated. I love them all to be 100% real, and the customization is a great aspect as well, tuning your car to your liking in terms of style, with a variety of paint options and cool gadgets. In my opinion, this is the best thing about GTA Online, and is probably the biggest thing keeping the game from going 6 feet under. Overall, GTA Online is an example of a company focusing on the wrong things at all times and choosing to find ways to make more money than to satisfy the majority of their player base. This game, over the span of the last couple of years, has only become a test dummy to see what Rockstar can get away with and eventually implement into the next game of the franchise, the long-awaited GTA 6. Let's just hope Rockstar comes to their senses someday in time and realizes that the cycle of only caring about money and not the state of game won't keep people playing GTA 6. Thanks for watching, and let me know your thoughts in the comments on what you think this game has come to.